Don Tykeson has always been a thoughtful role model of what community service should be.
He's one of the very few who doesn't ever do anything just to see his name on a letterhead or receive a plaque or an award, frankly. He does it because he deeply cares about it.
You can't talk about philanthropy in our community without talking about Don Tykeson. He's behind every major step forward we've had in our community in education, every major move forward we've had in our community in healthcare. He's been a principal part of the foundation of a strong human services system.
It's very admirable what he's accomplished in the philanthropy area, in addition to his accomplishments as a businessman and entrepreneur. But he formed a foundation, as you know, probably in the early 80s, and has been very involved in giving his treasure, time, and talent to the University of Oregon, Sacred Heart, the Multiple Sclerosis Society, and of course dozens of local charities in the Eugene area and elsewhere around the state and beyond.
I know he really believes in the value of philanthropic work, and he's devoted a great deal of his time and energy into those avenues throughout his adult life.
If Don makes a commitment, it's as good as having it signed in blood. He sticks with it. He's not just a fair weather supporter. He's there for the duration, always true to his word, and one that you can rely on.
Whatever he pays attention to, he pays his full attention to it. And we kids were the beneficiary of that many a time. And I think it also brought rewards to everybody he worked with and to the community at large.
I'd go out and play golf, usually on Saturday morning. I'd come back to the office to check in, and there would be Don at his desk working on a Saturday afternoon, totally focused on what he was doing. And that sends a signal. It doesn't tell you that you're going to have to work Saturdays, but it does tell you that through concentration and leadership and focus, you can be very, very successful.
He's a great family man. He has a wonderful wife, Willie, who I believe is, I give her a lot of credit for her work and her support.
I was 15, and my cousin, he was pretty full of himself too, and we were talking, we wanted to climb a mountain. And so Dad, he said, well, we're gonna make this happen. And so he picked out the mountain. He picked out Long's Peak, which is one of the tallest peaks in the Rockies.
Yeah, I think that work ethic was instilled in me and my sister and brother from a very young age. And in fact, I remember my sister and I had a big plan to get a horse. And I think I was 6 and my sister was 8. And my dad came up with a system to help us get focused on that and deliver the goods. And he said he would match whatever we earned, and so we could get this horse. And so you've never seen a couple of kids be so creative in terms of how to earn money, but we did that.
He is just tenacious and ferocious about following through, getting things done, and really getting a result in the end.
He likes to win. If Don jumps into a project, you know you're going to succeed, and he's going to help you succeed.
He has an eye for gifted writing. He was the first one who called my attention to this wonderfully inspiring quote by Daniel Burnham, who was a great American architect and city planner of the 19th and early 20th century. And the quotation begins with these words. It's, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood." And that quote then goes on to tell us really to think big, to think grandly. And I think that kind of philosophy really inspires Don Tykeson's very being.
Don has very strong beliefs, very strong values, and he lives those beliefs every single day.
He's always thinking about what he wants to do, where he's going to go, and I'm sure someone else will mention this tonight, but there's a quote that has the phrase in it, "Make no little plans."
But I also know that when Sacred Heart was looking at expansion and the new complex and so on, he was very influential in saying, "Make no small plans."
One of the most impressive parts about his method of philanthropy is he's very clear on his priorities. Make no doubts, he's committed to education, he's committed to healthcare. He's committed to this community. At the same time, when he gives his money, he also gives his time, his advice, his partnership. There's a whole lot that comes along with an endorsement from Don Tykeson that guarantees success.
I've never heard him complain, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, maybe on the golf course, but we all complain on the golf course. But I'm talking about life.
Yeah.
He sticks with it, gets it done, and all the time he seems to be having fun.
It's been a real great example for all of us in our family, certainly, to see Dad with his MS and how he approaches every day and
Right.
every engagement with full throttle and
Yep.
Genuinely excited about what is in store and engaging around people.
And he calls MS his friend, and I think that's a perfect explanation of Dad. It's like he's not going to look at the negative of anything, but rather what opportunity it brings him. And I think it caused him, and he's said this, to focus his life at an early age and really determine what his goals were. And because he's had it for so long, since he was in his 20s, that he really, it has shaped his outlook and made him probably a more directed, and he just felt like he couldn't waste any time.
I've never heard him raise his voice. I've never heard him say a mean-spirited thing about another person. He's always kind of been a cheerleader and a person who sets an example for what others should do to help their communities. It's very inspiring to be around Don Tykeson.
So I'd say congratulations, Don. Thank you very much for all that you have done to better our community. Blessings.
Well, the Alton F. Baker Award is so fitting. It's an award that honors leadership, that honors personal integrity, that honors a sense of thinking about community in a way that endures beyond us. And Don Tykeson does all of those things. He is a man of great integrity. He's a person who sets a great example, and he's always thinking of the next generation. What can we do to make this place a better place? And he shows us by example how to do it. Congratulations, Don.
I'd simply like to say congratulations, Don. This is a really well-deserved honor. I can think of no one that deserves it more than you.
It's high time that we've honored you in this way, and I want to also thank you and thank Willie for the years of support and commitment, for never giving up on our community. I want to thank you for never giving up on United Way, and I want to thank you for being there for me personally.
Well, I certainly want to congratulate you, Don, on this award. You certainly don't need any more awards, but United Way certainly needs to recognize what you've given to this community over the years. And before I go too much further, I want to also mention that this award is equally important to me, because Willie is a big part of your life, and if there could be two awards or a joint award, this would be for the two of you. I know how much you both have given to this community over the years.
Dad would always say to me, he said, well, if you want something done, you want to ask a busy person. And I guess I'd like to tell him that he should be proud of the life he has led, even if he never takes the time to reflect on it. One good thing about this evening is you've got to sit here and hear all these people tell you how great it is and what you've done and how fabulous that is.
I'm very, very proud to be your daughter. It's precious to know you, and I love you so much.